For nearly 2 billion Muslims across the world, Islam is a pillar of faith and worship, uniting people in every corner of the globe. And let us remember that it is also a pillar of our shared history. For centuries, Muslims have been a crucial source of culture, philosophy, scholarship, and science. From the enormous influence of Avicenna, the great physician and philosopher, whose interpretations of Plato and Aristotle helped shape the development of Western European philosophy, to the Muslim mathematician and astronomer Al-Khwarizmi, responsible for delivering Indo-Arabic numerals and the father of algebra, to the father of rationalism, Averroes, whose groundbreaking commentaries bridged Islamic and Western thought, to the countless contributions of Muslims across every field, from science, technology and medicine, to literature, art, music and architecture. Excellencies, today's event shines a light on a vicious plague that represents a complete denial and ignorance of Islam and Muslims and their undeniable contributions. The plague of Islamophobia. Around the world, we see a rising tide of anti-Muslim hate and bigotry, and that can come in many forms: structural and systemic discrimination, socioeconomic exclusion, unequal immigration policies, unwarranted surveillance and profiling, restrictions in accessing citizenship, education, employment, and justice. These and other institutional barriers violate our shared commitment to human rights and dignity. And they also perpetuate a vicious cycle of exclusion, poverty, and disenfranchisement that echoes across generations. Meanwhile, decisive rhetoric and misrepresentation are propagating stereotypes, stigmatizing communities, and creating an environment of misunderstanding and suspicion. This can lead to an increase in harassment and even outright violence against Muslims, rising accounts of which are being reported by civil society groups in countries around the world. Some are shamefully exploiting anti-Muslim hate and exclusionary policies for political gain. We must call this what it is: hate, plain and simple. And purveyors of hate speech are misusing the most powerful megaphone in history to amplify and spread their despicable ideologies: social media. Online platforms have become breeding grounds for extremist ideologies and harassment. This not only deepens divisions, it fuels real-life violence. And sadly, this alarming trend is part of a wider pattern of supremacist ideologies and attacks against Jews, minority Christians, communities, and many others. Hatred of one group fuels hatred of another. Hate normalizes hate. Hate destroys the fabric of our societies, and hate undermines the equality, understanding, and respect for human rights upon which a peaceful future and a peaceful world depend. Excellencies, we cannot stand on the sidelines while hatred and bigotry run wild.